producers. This is Kristen Brinley, your publisher. I'm here with the wonderful Jason. Thank you so much for being with us. And there's our cover story.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you haven't read it, make sure you check it out. And this guy, I love talking leadership with you. Year to date, top 5 in Virginia in number of transactions, top 10, volume, I believe, 145 million so far this year. And, from 77 million last year.
Yeah, 77 million last year.
We're doubling things and stuff like that. I love your the way that you're doing your systems too, like 8 support staff with 8 team members, and the way you've grown. Like, your story is great to share. So I'm excited to do your interview.
Let's do it.
Let's hit it. So tell us, did you always think you'd be a realtor? Like, how this happened? Tell us a little bit of your story, Jason.
Oh my gosh, rags to riches story, poor family, Canada, Polish immigrants. I mean, the whole thing. I grew up in a house being renovated. Like, the age of 6, we'd all live in one room and renovate a house and then sell it. And that was my upbringing. And I saw how real estate transformed my family's lives. And at a college, I was in financial planning and just saw this need in the community to help people with real estate financially. And so here we are today, helping people, doing exactly what I wanted to do.
That's wonderful. And you're married, and I see your wife's name down there too. So you want to tell us about how long you've been married? And yeah.
Yes, I steal my wife's Zoom account on a regular basis. She's the premium version. But we've been married for a long time, 8 years this year. We met when we were 17 and 18, college sweethearts. We were both ice dancers and met through ice dancing in Pennsylvania. And I've been together ever since. I mean, that's a whole nother podcast story just on marriage. Yeah.
Well, that's right. And I loved your answer. You were like, yeah, my wife's a lawyer. She's smarter than me. Like, you were
much smarter. Yeah.
Well, I'm very happy for you and all that you've done. Can you tell us, so, I mean, the last 5 years, like, as you've grown your team, tell us what that looked like, because, I mean, your story is crazy. Tell us what you were doing while you built your team.
Yeah, so I was a full-time store manager for Target. Many of you probably shopped at the Target I managed. It was the Potomac Yards Target. I was there for 3.5 years, and the other Alexandria store before that. And I needed resources to sell what I was selling. I was selling about 20 million when I first started, and I needed an admin and resources. And one thing led to the next of building out just a really strong infrastructure to support the business. And last year, when I started the Shepherd Homes Group real estate team, I was still a store manager at Target. And we sold 77 million that year while I was working 55 hours a week as a store manager at Target. So that's where it started, was a need and a want to change the way that teams operate. And here we are today, full-time, no more Target. And we've more than doubled sales year over year.
What's been most rewarding in your business for you, Jason?
Oh my gosh. Well, I think it's like twofold, right? Because we see that we serve the agents on our team, and then our team serves the clients that we get to help with real estate. So I think it's both of those. I think our capacity to help so many families in a meaningful way obviously grows as our team grows. And that's been amazing. We use the word serve. So we've already served over 220 families this year, and we'll serve almost 250 by the end of the year. And our team has grown. When I started the team last year, we had Sharon, who's my operations director now, as an admin. And what's that?
She's great.
She's amazing. Yeah, I love her to death. And now we have a team of about 16 plus myself, which is just wild. So it's been an amazing journey.
What do you think has been kind of like most challenging for you, like, while you've done all of this? What's been most challenging?
Yeah, I think doing things exceptionally well. I mean, as you grow, there's challenges, right? There's growth blocks. There's lack of time as you grow. So I think our growth has been hiring, and bringing in less agents, but doing just a much more exceptional job with the team that we have and allowing us to grow that way. And that balance has been the hardest, right? Because I also really produce myself. I'm going to sell a ton of real estate myself this year, and our devotion to our clients, the team, and balancing that growth. And of course, with family life too, right? I'm married, we have other things going on. I think balance is the hardest thing as a growing entrepreneur.
Amen.
Right?
Amen. How much have you personally sold this year so far?
It's hard to track the number, but I'm going to probably be over 80 million in personal production this year.
Yeah, just 80. That's cool.
Yep.
Great job. So define success for us, Jason. Like what is success to you?
Oh, success to me is bucketed into so many different ways. There's financial success and personal success. I think, like, genuinely, if I can leave and create a world where, every single person who has the opportunity to interact with me or my business or our team leaves as a better, happier person, in a better position, that to me is success. I've always found that when you give tremendous amounts of joy or whatever it is that you want to give to somebody else, it comes back to you in abundance. And so that to me is success. Financials and everything else comes along with that.
That's yeah, absolutely. You give tons of value. You give of yourself, and great things. Great things.
Yeah.
So tell us about like what you're learning right now. What are you learning right now?
Oh, so right now, I mean, there's two factors. Right now, we're looking at how we can serve our clients differently as the market changes. I think the market's changing dramatically in front of our eyes, how brokerages work with realtors, how realtors work with teams, how homes get sold, the shifts in the market happening, and then forecasting what's happening in the next 6 to 12 months. I'm going to seminars and Zoom podcasts, and like I am just in learning mode to figure out how we can get ahead of the curve, what's happening in our marketplace. That's probably the first thing. And then I think the second thing is how we move faster and more diligently for our clients. There are adaptive technologies happening in real estate across the board, whether it's your CRM or the MLS database or the apps you're using, right? Like all of that stuff. And so we're trying to make real estate this like super seamless experience for everybody. And we're creating those systems, which we're going to launch at the end of this year into next year, which I am so excited about. I'm so excited.
I love it. Well, it's continuing. You have this such a mind of curiosity and always
Mm,
growth. So it's not that we're at the plateau. Like we just need to keep growing, right? Like just keep getting
yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15 years ago, we were sending paperwork by hand, right? Like dot loop and online signatures didn't exist.
I know. And people are like,
What?
oh, yeah.
Yeah, wild.
What about hobbies for you? Like what are hobbies for you right now?
Like I love working out. So like I'm like, I can't run. So I feel like thinking like running not happening, but like lifting heavy objects in the gym is like a passion of mine. But my wife and I were both previous ice dancers. So I'm not like capable of ice dancing still, but we do ballroom. And so I've got a mean samba and cha-cha-cha, and I do those. We take lessons locally in Alexandria.
That is amazing. One of our awards galas, we're definitely gonna have to see that because that is
It's
that.
the moves.
Well, what about like what educational book or class have you taken that you would love to share with our group? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so I have 1,000 of them. I think I just would share two, like my top two. One is under just negotiations and managing conversations. It's called Never Split the Difference. Already write that down. It's just such a phenomenal book on how to communicate and negotiate with others in a meaningful way. And it's really beneficial to our clients, to our team, and just generally in life. Must read, must read, must read. Next one is Jim Rohn's Ultimate Library. Jim Rohn was the guy who inspired Tony Robbins, okay? But Jim Rohn's Ultimate Library is literally the perfect compilation of everything you need to know about life. I read that book at the beginning of the year and the middle of each year. So every 6 months, I listen to that book. It sounds crazy, but I've listened to it now twice a year for the last 3 years. And it really is the foundational principles of how I lead my business and lead my life. So those are my top two.
I think that's great advice. I love Jim Rohn, and
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's great advice. And if you can double and when you're doing that much business, just reading, people should read the book.
Yeah,
Um,
develop yourself, develop your life, they say, right?
amen. Amen. So, what sets you apart, makes you different, Jason?
In real estate? Oh man. So I think like our perspective on it. So real estate transformed my family's life, transformed my life. And I think that, my perspective has always been what I'm passionate about. Like my big why is that real estate has the capacity to change someone's life in a broader way than any other transactional thing that we can do in any capacity, in my opinion, both in an emotional perspective, right? In a home, like something that people love that you can create for them, but also financially, where you can buy an asset that transforms people's lives financially. And I think it's like that focus that has changed everything that we do, our mission statement, our team's name, our logo, everything about who we are. That is, our epicenter to what we do and what's different about us.
I love it. What's a
Yeah.
favorite quote of yours? Do you have any favorite quotes?
Oh my gosh. Well, on another note, so this is more of a business quote. Okay. So with context, everybody, okay, the quote is make all your mistakes with somebody else's money. Okay. So take it with a grain of salt. So the concept is like everything that you want to do has been done already. Right? You don't need to reinvent the wheel. What you can do is just take the best from the best, right? Apply it to your business and then focus it with the mission statement you have for your business. And so it's that concept that I think's allowed us to grow so much in what we do to help our agents.
I love it. And I feel like I see this on a regular basis. People who model and learn from the best of the best and
Yeah.
take that and then go, they double their business much more quickly than other people. So I've seen you, and whenever we talk, I feel like you're modeling, like you're always growing at a really quick pace. So that makes a ton of, I love that answer.
Thank you.
What do you think you have done that other real producers absolutely should do?
Two things. Find somebody that can grow within your organization and help you grow and give you the feedback and transparency that you need to be a better leader for your team. Number one thing. Sharon Fry, shout out. Sharon Fry, my operations director, started with me as a 5-hour a week part-time admin, and she now helps run our business. And she not only is a person who helps run the business, but she helps me be the right leader that I need to be for the team. So that's number one. And then number two is have a coach. I've always had a coach. My entire time in the business, I had a Tony Robbins life coach, and then I got into business coaching. And my coach, shout out to Tim Ray. Tim Ray is amazing. He's a broker owner, runs a team of 35 agents and sells like 500 homes a year. He's amazing. And so he's been an amazing person to help center me in my business and make sure we're growing appropriately.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Great advice. What is the greatest lesson you have ever learned, Jason?
Oh man, that's like such a hard question. You know, I think the number one thing is for me, like, is never assume where opportunity will come from. And in that is never assume the opportunities presented to you cannot be life-changing. Some of these smallest opportunities or most annoying things that have come my way of like, yeah, I'll do it, have come to be the most remarkable experiences of my life in so many ways. And so like, especially with like clients and conversations and just, it's so applicable to everything. Take every call, treat every conversation as the most important, and it'll transform your business.
So this is a great spot for this. It's one of my favorite questions. What would you like to be remembered for, Jason?
I'd like to be remembered for and be somebody that can be everybody's advocate. So like call me if you need help, join the team if you need help. And that's just like in all aspects of my life. Every successful person I know has gone from wanting success to having success and then giving success back to others. And I'm slowly just starting to have that opportunity. I'm very thankful. And I like to be known for that, doing that early on, not just doing it once I've met whatever goal I've wanted to meet.
I love it. Is there any other advice or anything else you'd like to share with our real producers?
Yeah, I think, advocating for your clients in a different way, not being transactional and focusing on the reason why we're in real estate is so important. And also building phenomenal relationships with realtors in our community. Part of that is a huge part, being part of the Nova Real Producers. It's just a phenomenal way to grow in our professional capacity to help not only our own clients, but help the industry serve our clients in a really meaningful way.
Thank you. Well, you heard it here at Nova Real Producers. If you haven't read Jason's story, make sure you do. And honor to have you on, Jason. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.